Good afternoon, everyone. And very warm welcome to everyone joining us this afternoon, this very special fireside chat. And thank you very much for the organizer for making this happen. We are truly delighted to have you with us this afternoon. And I promise you this is going to be a very insightful session, and also hopefully will be very engaging, that we will have engaging conversation. The poultry sector is not just about chicken and eggs. It is a cornerstone of Bangladesh food security, a major engine of economic growth, and a source of livelihood for millions. There are 8 million people employed across farming, hatcheries, feed production, and processing, and the sector supplies over 40% of the country's protein intake. The sector is both large and impactful. Today, the sector is also in transformation. We're going to hear about it later. And my name is Leonie Rosarani, and with us we have 2 gentlemen who is very respected and influential figures in the Bangladesh poultry industry, Mr. Samsul Arifin Khaled, Director of Nourish Poultry and Hatchery Limited, and Mr. Mehran Rahmat, Director of Paragon Group. Both Nourish and Paragon Group have long been recognized for their leadership in pushing sustainable practices forward, not just as a moral imperative, but as a strategic path to long-term success. So to get us started, I'd like to invite both Mr. Samsul and Mr. Mehran to briefly introduce themselves and the companies they lead. And after all, who better share their vision than those steering the ship? Mr. Samsul, do you want to start?
Yes. Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon. Actually, we are from Nourish, and we have started this business in the poultry industry around 25 years. But our family business is more than 50 years old, but in some other sectors we're also involved. And whenever we started this company, our approach is totally different. We're mostly prioritize the food security and also the rural emancipation area. So that's very, very important to create opportunities for the rural people, and that's the idea. But gradually we have understood that it should be done in such a way that there should be 3 or 4 pillars need to be very, very strong. One is the stability and the affordability of your products, along with the reliability and sustainability. So I think we are the quick learners in these areas, so we have adopted a lot of sustainability and circularity initiatives. But today I'm here not for our company, or we're here for the industry. The 80% and more than that are the smallholders, and we'd like some assistance from the European counterparts how to improve their farming practices and their sustainability and their prosperity. So this is the core idea of today's discussion. That would be the theme. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Mehran.
Thank you. Thank you to the organizers for organizing a beautiful session. We are one of the oldest animal feed and genetics company. My parents were the first initiators in Bangladesh to introduce modern farming and technology into the farming industry. So we also go way back in our family business from printing. And then in '93, my parents pivoted to the poultry farming industry. And we are working towards developing our sector from traditional farming to modern farming to address the similar challenges what Mr. Anjan said. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. So how are we going to do this? So I would like to give these gentlemen the opportunity to introduce the poultry industry in Bangladesh. I will be asking a couple of questions, and then after that, I'm going to go to you so that you can also have the opportunities to ask your question. Okay? Shall we start with the first question? So can you maybe highlight the poultry sector in Bangladesh? Give us like a bit of picture how the poultry sector in Bangladesh is. What are the opportunities over there? So maybe let's start with that.
Is there any facilities for the showing the slides here, because I've just to know.
I'm not sure.
Yes,
Is there any opportunity to show a slide?
Anybody shared anything with them? If it is not, then I can start, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The issue is we have to think about Bangladesh and in a new perspective. We have to think about Bangladesh before August 2024 and after 2024. The August 2024, after the uprising, I think the slides are here, so it would take some time, around 10-15 minutes, and then I can go through all the points. It would be easier for you to understand, because seeing is the believing. I think that would be better. So is it possible for me to change the slides in any, or?
I think they're still working on it.
Okay. The issue is we have to understand what's the pain points of Bangladesh and how poultry industry could resolve some of these problems, and how we can add values, to that. So it's possible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for the greetings from the stakeholders of the industry. The Bengal tigers are there. Yes, we got, don't worry about the number of slides, but the 4 episodes. First of all, just think about that Bangladesh begins again. So it is actually the headlines of the Economist. And what are the reasons behind that? Just go through this video, you can understand. Oh, no sound, right? Okay, I can skip it because this is the sound is not around.
And precious.
Okay, fine.
But what's more precious is the people. Their honesty, warm nature, hard work, and resilience. This is what brought us July. This is what made us stand together and protect each other. When the country was literally without an invisible police force. And this is the very spirit which brought us together in the face of a natural disaster which came right after the July uprising. This is what makes the world trust our hard-working people. This is what brought the people of Bangladesh the Economist Country of the Year Award for 2024. Here is to a better future for both Bangladesh and the world.
So yes, it's because of these Gen Zs. They are the major contributors for this transition or the transformation. And they got a lot of expectations also. And it's a very, very costly affair. So we have lost around 2,000 people in this affair. So then the Bangladesh journey started. And the major reason behind that, that uprising is the disparity. And disparity is the other major concern. The inequality, lack of human dignity, and social injustice was the contributors to that. And the poultry sector, the last 54 years, it was really a mess up, and we were mostly focusing on the urban societies. The rural society has been ignored, and because of that, we are focusing more on the growth, but not the inclusive growth. We forgot that the growth for the sake of growth is the ideology of the cancer cell, and we preferred male over female, to some extent, yes. And not only that, it's a huge problem is the urban migration, and a lot of youth have been diverted to the abroad and some unofficial sources. And major concern was this: is that underemployment is arguably 17%. Is huge. The unemployment rate here is officially around 6%, but unofficial is even 10%. And of course, the regional disparities are huge. That's another issue. And of course, the income inequality and wealth concentration. So now, the issue is that Bangladesh is a very tough people. The resilience is our hallmark. So whatever happened, we know how to resilient and how to work. And not only that, our chief advisors is also aligned with that. And we are the most resilient than ever, according to Dr. Yunus. I'll go directly to the thing. Yes, so directly to the sector, I'll go. The issue is, whatever happened, how come our industry add value to this? This is our vision. The nation secured with nutrition-driven and inclusive growth. That's the industry vision. And our renewed mission is the knowledge, compassion, and the execution. And not only that, the rural economy and the rural people, actually the rural poultry industry is the opportunity for us in order to minimize this gap. And prosperity across the value chain is our goal. And the people empowerment, especially the women empowerment, is one of the major key concern, and transformation to the smallholders to medium-range farming with the power of dream, the compassion, and also the execution. So these are the contributors. Now, I'll go through some data because it's very important. Let the poultry industry data to give some understanding. So this is the car, and that's the destination. So destination is our destination. That's the wheel. And what we have traveled so far is this: is that 26.2 grams of poultry meat currently, 12.7 grams of eggs per capita contribution is 20-25%. The national protein intake is from poultry. Per capita consumption is highest in the Indian subcontinent apart from Sri Lanka. This is the highest. It's around more than 10 kgs. And not only that, the egg consumption 135 is huge. And small-scale farmers are our strength, backed up by our big integrators. The feed industry is growing also. It's around 7.5 million industry, and mostly the poultry. But if we want to cover these, our target is to get 37 kg of poultry meat. It's a tough task. But we should define our destination in a different way. We focus more on the availability and accessibility and utilization and stability of these poultries across the citizens, across the people, because there should be fair distribution of that. Of course, the wheels in our case in 4 things. One is that the stability, affordability, sustainability, and reliability. But as long as affordability should get the most priority, and another issue is that the GPS and the drivers.
But maybe,
of course,
sorry, Mr. Samsul, maybe if you can just highlight like 3 main challenges in the poultry industry.
Okay, just give me 10 seconds. I'll give it to the slides. There are some challenge slides. Just a second. This is the challenges. Okay. One is the excessive reliance on the import materials, the custom duties, the cost parts, demand-supply mismatch, inadequate cold chain facilities, and also the biosecurity, the risks and hygiene concern, climate changes are the problem. Waste management is another problem in terms of the circularity is absent, and surplus production and limited export. These are the 8 major challenges. Apart from this, big problem is the data gaps. We don't have much of data in order to plan properly. And these are the focus areas where you can add some value from the Dutch counterpart, achieving the market balance, supply chain areas, streamlining the distribution channel, creating the favorable environment, and also sustainable primary raw materials, and also in the research areas, the globalization areas, GPS mapping, and also even in the roadmap areas. Okay. So there's a lot of areas we can add value.
Very clear.
I know I took much time, but these are the few slides that are left for the call to action, where how the Dutch companies can add some value directly.
I understand. So,
you can,
because actually you kind of like take away all the questions that I have.
Yeah, sure,
You
sure.
already explained it.
Of course.
So, okay, maybe do you have anything to add, Mr. Meran? Before then, otherwise I will just give the floor to the audience because then they can ask the questions.
Just four issues. This is the last slide, okay. These are the companies, there are some companies from this land who are actually working with us. The issue is now the perspective needs to be a little bit changed. We should more focus on the transition part, transformation of the smallholders to large holders or the medium-sized players in terms of affordability, competency, and also the sustainability part. So we need some solutions where the Dutch companies can add value to the small holding farms. And the question to you, where the Dutch companies, because there are some stakeholders from this country also here in the poultry or the feed industry, how can we add value to that? Transforming the middle range farmers to the middle range farmers, smalls to the middle range farmers, in terms of by enhancing the capacity, the quality, and also the sustainability part. So, thank you.
Well, anyone in the audience would like to respond to that? Is there anyone that thinks that, okay, this is how we are from the Netherlands, are going to add value to this, are going to help the transition? Okay.
Because you got the legacy for that, that's why. You got the legacy. You are the number one in Europe. It's a small country, the Delta-like country, a lot of similarities, apart from the people maybe. But you got the technologies, you got the expertise, you got the intention, everything. That's why. We got high expectations from Netherlands.
Mr. Meran, do you want to also share your views on how...
Poultry to Bangladesh itself, it's the most affordable protein source that we have readily accessible to us. So it is extremely essential for our national food security, primarily. So the industry for the last 25 to 30 years has a very steady growth and a very sustainable growth. And there's a lot of potential to explore when it comes to Netherlands and Bangladesh, especially when it comes to technological advancements, workshops and developments of our existing practices from traditional farming to modern farming.
Yeah, because that's, I'm indeed very curious to hear from you, from the audience, like how do you think that, you can help Bangladesh to transition from the traditional farming to modern farming?
Yes, it's on. Hello, Arno van der Aar from Orva. I think I saw in the presentation of Mr. Shamshu one interesting part, because I know our company, but also the other companies that I see on the list. We can bring very high value quality products to Bangladesh, but I think the gap in data, there is an extremely good fit with the Dutch market. We see in the Netherlands that because of all trends and reasons that the primary production is getting actually squeezed down a little bit because of environmental concerns. So the Netherlands is starting to focus more on exporting knowledge and know-how. And I think that's where we can meet with Bangladesh very well. There's a lot of know-how on animal production in all sectors in the Netherlands. And of course that has led to companies that export a lot of products. But I think we should go beyond exporting products, but also have an open discussion how can we bring new insights to Bangladesh about current state of production and how to improve and support the sector in that sense. And I think that works two ways. That gives insights for the Dutch companies and universities, because the challenges you face is also input for us to start working on for future approaches. And simultaneously, jointly, we can help to move the sector forward.
And how do you think that, what kind of support would you need in order to help this knowledge transfer happen?
I'll do it quickly because I see somebody else also want to share thoughts. I think that goes in various ways. That can be bringing in knowledge about feed evaluation and bringing in latest insights in raw material evaluation, for instance. It can be bringing in new diagnostics tools that bring insights in how operations work and where improvement can be made. So there's a lot of variations possible, I think. There's also a lot of startups linked to the University of Wageningen, for instance, that come with brilliant ideas that look for scaling up, and the knowledge they have developed, I think, can be a perfect fit for the Bangladesh market as well. But it's a matter of for companies like us, but also I see Nutreco and Koudijs, they are very knowledgeable as well, to make that link and bring that knowledge and not only products to the market.
Yeah, another question, right? In the back?
Hi, my name is Narendra, and I have a colleague from Nutreco. Is called PIM. We both are coming from Nutreco. We are also an animal nutrition company. We are almost doing 10 billion plus of turnover of business. As Anjan sir talked about, Bangladesh industry. It's one of the fast-growing animal industry. So we are already working with them. We are supporting in terms of nutrition. So what I would like to say is, from our side, what we are working is like we also produce feed in certain countries, and we have expertise in that knowledge on the nutrition. So we're already sharing some of our expertise with our customers. So, I don't know, like major issues sir was mentioning on that is majorly on the management side. I think on one of the thing is, how can we enrich or empower the small farmers to the maybe small to medium sized farmers, right? So for that also we are working certain projects in Africa also, through some of the funding getting from Gates Foundation and all. So probably those also we can replicate in Bangladesh, probably those kind of things also to on financing part as well, and also technology transfer also. We have expertise in that, supporting those kind of small farmers to mid-sized farmers. Probably we can also help in that perspective in growing in Bangladesh. So we can also help in that area as well, along with nutritional knowledge what we have. And like PIM is our laboratory expertise. So we have multiple experts within our company as well. So we can also provide that kind of expertise, but from our company side.
Thank you. We don't have time anymore, or do we?
We are running out of time. It's really interesting, and I would definitely invite you to continue the conversation after
because I think there's
panel session. It was very informative. I want to thank you for your contribution. Poultry sector is something that's totally new for me. But if you look at the people being employed, it's higher than the textile industry, as you shared. Yeah. Thank you so much for your valuable input. Please give them a big hand of applause. Thank you.